Guys, we've got a good one on the channel today. I'm collaborating with my barbecue brother Tommy at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. Me and him have been going back and forth on what could we collab on, and he just got a new Lone Star grill and he's looking forward to breaking that bad boy in properly. And so we've decided we're going to do a brisket collaboration. So we're both cooking briskets. He got a brisket from Six Brothers Beef. I've got a Hyplains Brisket also from Six Brothers Beef Company. As always, their information will be right down below in the description box. We're going to collaborate on this brisket cook, so I'll have his information down below in the description box as well. Make sure you check his video out, give him some love, leave him a comment, hit the thumbs up. Y'all check out Tommy, he's an awesome guy. But we're going to be rolling on Debo today with some oak, and we're going to get this brisket all seasoned up and ready for the smoker. Y'all stick around. Here we got the star of the show. We've got our brisket. This is a choice brisket, but it's a Hyplains from Six Brothers Beef Company. As always, we have that NTBA 10 code that'll get you 10% off your total purchase. Check that out at sixbrothersbeef.com. We do need to go ahead and get it out of the package though. This is 15.38 pounds before we trim it. We're going to be running on Debo today, my custom offset smoker. Let's get this out of the package. Alright, here we go. Get you a sharp knife. It's time to get this bad boy trimmed up. And I typically like to start out with the decal right here, which is this portion. I'm going to get that off. Let me know in the comments below. Someone made a post recently on NTBA on Facebook. Do you trim your brisket or don't you? Let me know if you trim your brisket or if you've ever not trimmed a brisket. I always trim my briskets. I think it's going to make a more even cooking surface, more aerodynamic, and it's going to help with your bark also, I think, to trim your brisket as well. Plus, there's just some fat that you just do not want, in my opinion. Let me know what y'all think, though, in the comments below. Get this bad boy trimmed up. Alright, let's get this guy flipped over. And you got this flap sometimes on here. We're going to go ahead and take that off as well and even up our fat cap a little bit. Now that's good enough for me for what we're doing today. Let's go ahead and get this seasoned up. I'm going to be seasoning with some Tailgaters barbecue party rub and some 1836, both from Sucklebusters. Y'all check them out. I'll have the information down below in the description box. We're going to go with a light coat. First with this guy here. It's got some good flavor to it. Doesn't have a ton of pepper in it though, as you can see, so that's where the 1836 is going to come in handy. And we've got Debo getting fired up. We're using oak wood today, so it's smelling awesome out there in the driveway. Then we're going to go fairly heavy with our 1836 for that nice Texas style peppery flavor here. It's going to put a beautiful bark on it. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this guy seasoned up on both sides and all edges. And once Debo's fired up and rolling, we're looking for about 250. We might start out at about 300 to get the bark forming and then taper down. But once everything's settled up, I'll meet y'all out at the smoker. Alright, barbecue addicts, we've got our smoker running up to temp. Told y'all we're going to start out a little hot and it'll taper back throughout the cook. We've got 2 logs of oak in there. Let's get our brisket on. We're doing fat up, and we're going to put the flat towards the heat there because it's the thicker part on this particular brisket. Let's go ahead and shape it. Man, that's looking awesome. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. We're going to be rolling, I'd say, for about 2.5 hours before I open it up. Next time I see y'all, I'll show you what it's looking like. Alright guys, like I said in the intro, this is a collaboration with my barbecue brother Tommy at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. He's cooking up an awesome brisket as well. Y'all make sure and go check him out. I'll have his information down below in the description box. Tommy's got a great channel, awesome doing collaborations with him. Make sure and show him some NTBA love. And we're going to check on this brisket in, like I said, about 2 hours, so y'all hang out. We're at the 2.5 hour mark. It's time to take a peek at our brisket. And when I tell you it's smelling amazing out here, I'm not even making that up at all. Check that out. We're starting to form a really nice bark. Not completely set all the way yet. We got some nice juices rolling right there on our point of our brisket. This is looking exactly how I want it to. I've added about 3 logs of post oak in here while we've been cooking for that 2.5 hours. We're rolling around 260 degrees. This is perfect, guys. I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna let that roll for about 2 more hours. I need to start using oak more often. This is really smelling awesome. Check out our brisket, guys. Beautiful color on it. That point's really starting to render well. Let's go ahead and spray it with a little bit of, I can't believe it's not butter. Now, I haven't sprayed it with anything this entire time. This is just gonna help when we wrap it. There we go. Let's go ahead and get our aluminum pan. Use my nice handy dandy oversized spatula. There we go. Just like that. Let's go ahead and get an internal temperature reading and see where we're at. 187, 180. So we're doing good. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with some foil and keep on cooking. Next time I see y'all, this will have rested and we'll slice into it. Now there's tons of options that you can go with when it comes to wrapping a brisket. You can use butcher paper, you can use foil, or you don't have to wrap it at all. It's just going to take a little bit longer. This is called the Texas crutch, which is going to push this stall right on through. It's going to really start almost steaming and braising that brisket, just enough to speed up that cooking process. But I prefer to use the aluminum pan and cover that with foil. It makes it a lot more easier to move around. That's pretty much the only reason, and it collects all those juices. So like I said, next time I see y'all, this guy's gonna be done, rested up, and time to slice. After all that cooked, this is what we're left with. We've let this rest in the oven on 170 degrees for 2.5 hours, guys. Look at this beautiful bark. Nice and juicy. Let's see how we did. Let's cut right down the middle and see what it's looking like. I'm excited to see what kind of smoke ring we got. Debo cooked this like a champ. Man, it's so tender. I've been smelling this all afternoon, resting in the oven. Oh my goodness, check that out. Beautiful. Check it out, look at that bark. Still hot. Whew, still really hot. Really, real hot. Let's go ahead, we're gonna cut from the point right here. We'll cut from the point end here. So tender, oh my goodness. I can't wait to get a bite of this. Look at this, let me show you all this up close. Check that out, gorgeous. Look at that smoke ring, how juicy it is. Jeez. Now I am gonna save a bunch of this for some leftovers. So we're not gonna cut this entire thing up, but I will cut some slices here so we can just get a good idea of how we did. Check that out. That is absolutely perfect. Wow, beautiful. Jeez. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn this camera around and we're gonna give it a try. I can't even make this up, guys. Again, this has been resting in the oven for 2 hours on 170 degrees. Look at that, gorgeous, gorgeous brisket. Let's do the pull test. Just like butter, guys. I'm excited to give this a try. So, again, don't forget to check out my buddy Tommy at the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. I'm sure his brisket looks awesome as well and turned out perfect. I'll have his information down below in the description box. This smells awesome. Can't wait any longer. Let's give it a try. It just melts in your mouth. That was too easy. Man, I'm gonna have to go in and get me another bite. Check that out. Perfect. Beautiful bark. Beautiful smoke ring. Cheers, y'all. This is the first time I've paired these two seasonings together, especially on a brisket. I've used them multiple times on tons of cooks, but never together. I highly recommend you check these guys out. I'll have Sucklebusters information down below in the description box, as well as Six Brothers Beef Company. I appreciate y'all stopping by and hanging out while we cooked up this brisket on Debo today. It did the job. This brisket turned out awesome. Y'all are gonna want to give it a shot. Until next time, peace! Y'all keep on barbecuing. I got me some brisket to eat. Cheers, y'all.